All right. It's my pleasure to introduce Fort Hays. We have head coach Chris Brown. We also have wide receiver Layne Bieberle and linebacker Colt Trachsel here with us. Guys, thanks for joining us. And Coach, do you have any opening statement that you'd like to provide for everybody?
I just want to thank the MIAA for putting this event on. Mike Gracie for all the work that he does, for the conference as well. And what an awesome venue that we're at right now with, to be able to have this conference here. I'm very excited about this upcoming year. Got a great group of young men coming back, some good seniors, some great leadership, some guys that have really played a lot of football for us, have won a lot of games for us as well. I'm excited about our coaching staff and the things that they've done to prepare these young men. I want to thank our strength coach, Doug Boucher, for what he's done for this, for us this summer. Get these young men prepared for the season coming up. But just looking forward to this season, and hopefully it's a good one.
Absolutely. All right, anybody, if we have any questions for the players specifically, please raise your hand, let a microphone come to you, and introduce your name, and introduce yourself with your name and your media affiliation, please.
Jesse Cordova, Newman and Duquesne. Layne, I have a question for you specifically. What is it like playing with Chance Fuller versus Jacob Mazzara?
Jake Mazzara is a great quarterback. He was my quarterback the last 4 years, and going in on the fifth, Chance he's amazing. He's a sophomore quarterback, and he's playing like a senior quarterback right now. The amount of leadership he's already been showing the past year, it's been great. And having him around he knows the offense well, and he's pursuing everything perfect right now, and just having him around is great.
Coach, I have a question for you. You've had some amazing success here already. You're in your ninth year. You have 44 returning letter winners. How do you keep the energy up to keep trying to replicate or duplicate that success season after season?
I think it goes to your players and your coaching staff as well. These guys are a group, this group of kids and they're amazing. They work their tails off every single day. It's their drive every single day that kind of keeps us going as coaches as well. They work hard consistently, just the extra things that they do, before and after practice, during the summers as well. It's really them. These kids, do it all. They put the work in, they put the time, they put the effort, the workouts through the summer, the extra position drills that they do, the 7-on-7, and it's them. They're the ones that are helping us continue this success. And if it wasn't for these young men, we wouldn't be where we are today. So I give credit to them. I give credit to our coaching staff who works continuously to make these kids better, not only on the field but also in the classroom and in the community. So the credit goes to those guys, but I think that's why our success has been the way it has. It's just the commitment level, the work ethic, and the discipline that these young men have, and the accountability that they hold each other to. And I think that's why our success is the way it is right now.
Coach, I guess for all three of you, could you address? Last year you came into the conference defending champions and were co-champions. Just the challenges of being a defending champion at a school that hadn't won a conference title in a long, long time, how your team handled it, and the challenges going ahead this year with maybe even a bigger target on your back.
I think last year's group handled it very well. They knew there's a target on their back. They're going to have to work continuously, to win the conference again, and they did that. We shared it with Northwest, but our kids worked hard, and I think this group's the same way. They're a humble group. They don't get overconfident. They just work continuously every day. They love to be on the football field. They love one another. They compete against each other every single day. But it comes to them, it's them staying humble and staying hungry, and not being satisfied. I don't think these young men are satisfied with our season last year. They want to keep moving forward. They want to win the conference again. They want to get in the playoffs. They want to get past the first round, and keep going through. But it's on them, and they got to be hungry. And I think this group of kids is hungry, and they want to keep winning, keep proving themselves.
Coach, you were really strong defensively last year. You lose 6 players, including Defensive Player of the Year. How do you feel about the depth coming up behind that group?
I think defensively we're going to be fine. We've had guys that have been 3-4 year starters for us, and there's been some guys waiting in the wings to play, to show what they can do on the field. And I think they're ready. We do have a few kids that are sophomores and maybe a couple of juniors that are going to play, but maybe a couple of redshirt freshmen. But they bought their time. They worked hard. They're learning from the older guys, and they've been in their playbooks. They've been working hard this off season. So I'm pretty excited about our defense. I think there's some guys that haven't played a lot in games. They're kind of unproven. But I think it's a group of guys that are hungry and ready to show what they got, because they haven't got a lot of time so far. So I'm excited about this group. I think they're going to do great things again.
John Dykstra with the Maryville Forum. Coach Chance gets his first start last year in Maryville, and you guys are able to come away with that obviously huge win. Just what did you learn about him in that game, and what can he take from those starts he had last year to go into this season as assuming the main guy?
I think just the speed of the game, him getting used to the speed of the game is the big part of it. Him able to make his reads a little bit quicker, understanding the defenses that he's playing against weekly because they're all different. Understanding his offense, and getting a better relationship with his receivers, especially being on the same page, having that communication of when they're supposed to break it off, not break it off, where they're going to be, the things that they're both looking for. I think it has helped him grow, through last season. Probably the one thing he needs to learn how to do is take a hit, not take it in the chest so much, and then kind of learn how to fall. But he's a tremendous quarterback. I mean, he's going to do great things. He did great things last year for us, and he's only going to grow and get better. And I think he's going to be one of the top quarterbacks in this league.
Colt, could you explain what you maybe learned from playing behind Jose Delgado, Player of the Year last year, what he helped teach you to bring to your game, and maybe your role now as one of the leaders on the defensive side of the football?
Yeah, I mean, Jose Delgado was an incredible player. Obviously, Player of the Year defensively. It was fun playing behind him and beside him. He was a good leader. He kind of showed me what to do. Paved the way for me here, kind of for my senior year here. It was just really fun playing behind the guy.
Coach, Dante Brown had a record-setting year last year, but with that said, is it safe to say that red zone scoring in the red zone, is that kind of a emphasis for the offense this year?
It is. We love Dante. I want him to get as many field goals as he possibly can, but I'd rather have touchdowns than field goals. And he helped us win a lot of games last year. And what's nice about it is if we do cross the 40, we have an opportunity to get points on the board just because his leg's so strong, and that helps us offensively and defensively. So, our goal is get into the red zone and score touchdowns. And I wanted to break some more records and do all those things, but I'd rather have touchdowns than field goals any single day. But we'll take his leg and we'll take those points when we can get them.
Layne and Colt, I got a question for you guys now. As leaders of this team, what are your responsibilities, I should say, or what are your responsibilities in the summer leading up to the season? What are your expectations of your teammates?
Going throughout the summer, from what we've learned, being freshman and sophomore, accountability is a big thing. Just making sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, and make sure they're prepared for what they're coming up against. Making sure they're in the film room, making sure they're doing all their individual stuff. And not only doing like the mandatory stuff that you're supposed to do as a team, but the extracurricular stuff as well. And we stress that a bunch. And the guys, they take it and they go with it. They do it. So
Yeah, I mean, I believe just the little things, are what make the big difference. I mean, if you can't do those little things, how can you do the bigger things? We just, preach to the guys, when we're running behind the line, showing up on time for weights, watching film, doing the extra stuff after weights, when you're off work, in the summer. I mean, these guys have been working. I'm excited to see them out there on the field.
So my understanding is you guys have like a professor or one of your strength coaches that actually engages in the workouts with you. Does he, at least he used to, does that still occur? Wasn't there someone and who was that?
yeah, Dr. B is his name. He's our pastor at Fort Hays, and he's a big motivator for our team and helps us out each week,
Sure.
and it just shows us that we can do anything and through that guy upstairs. So
Yeah, Amber.
I've got a question from Twitter. This is from Ronald Sherrard. So he's wondering, with your back-to-back championships, what's going to be your greatest asset going towards pursuing a third championship?
Well, it kind of our biggest asset, I'd say, is our coaches. They put us in a position each week, each year, each week going into games that we're as prepared as we can possibly be, and to be able to withstand another conference championship it starts with them, and also just being prepared each week.
I'll build off of that. I think it's really our players. Just the time and effort that our players themselves put in, day in and day out, to be successful, to be great. We always talk about being great at everything, and I think our kids really do that. They're great in the classroom, they're great in the weight room, they're great at practice. They get on the field and they try to be great as well. So, I give a lot of credit to our players and our coaching staff, but our players really put a lot of time and effort in the film room, workouts. They don't cut any corners, so I give credit to those guys and the things that they do. We talk about entitlement all the time. You're not entitled to anything. These kids earned everything that they get, and they put the work in to earn and do great things. And I think that's why our success has been so great these last few years, is because these kids have really earned it, and they continue to work continuously every single day to take that next step and get better.
Colt, with the kind of defensive players you guys have had the last few years, obviously Nathan going to the NFL, Jose last year, how much pride do you guys take in kind of continuing that defensive mindset and just kind of passing down that leadership torch on the defensive side of the ball?
We were fortunate enough to have those guys on our side, on the defensive side. We got a lot of young guys that are going to be stepping up this year, but, just like any other team, those guys got to rise to the challenge. And like Nathan Shepard, Doyen, Jose, those guys, they kind of set a good example for these younger guys, and these younger guys know what it takes to play a role on our defense and accomplish what we're trying to accomplish.
Well, great. Coach Brown, thank you for bringing Layne, for bringing Colt up here. We sure appreciate your time and what you're trying to do with the conference.
Thank you.
Good luck this season.
Thanks, sir.